this life was all I ever wanted.
I'm not leaving. Not yet.
I was hoping you'd say that.
We gotta hit the streets, make some money.
People like us must destroy people like him. Buckle up.
Get Showtime free at Showtime.com.
Let's turn our eyes forward, if we can, to UFC 250. In the main event, the greatest women's fighter of all time, certainly one of the best fighters ever, irrespective of gender, Amanda Nunes puts her featherweight title on the line against Felicia Spencer. Now, there's been some criticism, BC. I saw you take some, by the way. I don't know if you're aware of this, because you called the fight not a real headliner. Now, I actually agree in the sense that it doesn't really move people. I don't know how much folks think that Felicia Spencer is all that competitive. Great fighter, and certainly we have all the respect in the world for Amanda Nunes, but the fight doesn't exactly... It doesn't move us that much, right? You never know. You never know, right? Felicia's talented, but it doesn't... I'll pitch the question to you. Here's the thing. This is why I'm asking. It doesn't exactly move us in the way that other fights maybe could. So I'll ask you, BC, in this way. What exactly is at stake for Nunes? Yes, the featherweight title, but more than that, what is she up against here?
I think this is just moving the chains for her and adding a little bit of pixie dust on the history she's already making. If she wins this fight, she'll be the first female to defend titles in 2 divisions. She'll join Cejudo in DC as only the 3rd UFC fighter to do that. And the fact that it's been 17 months since she's won that title to finally put the 145 belt back in motion seems like the smart move, even though go to UFC.com/rankings. We still don't have women's featherweight rankings, and we never did, right? It's a division that doesn't need to really be there right now as things look. But with that said, it's not a pay-per-view headliner. And this card is interesting this weekend because I'm really excited about it as a hardcore fight fan who's not necessarily paying for it out of my pocket because it's got such killer bantamweight fights. It's got the fighters fans type of fights. But this is not a worthy pay-per-view main event fight. Yet at the same time, it's pretty damn interesting. So for Nunes, I think it's less interesting. It's less important. It's more just let me stay busy and defend the featherweight. Yet Felicia Spencer, for a nothing division that's shallow as heck, proved a lot against Cyborg, has shown us a lot. Luke, you've seen the odds here. I've seen Nunes as much as minus 675. I don't think the odds represent Felicia Spencer's true ability in this fight. Should it be a pick'em? Hell no. Will she most likely lose? Yes. But I think she brings a lot more to the table. I like the hell out of this fight. It's the perfect co-main event. It would be a fantastic UFC on ESPN main event. I got really nothing bad to say about it except for the fact that this may speak more to the UFC's exclusive ESPN pay-per-view deal, in which we're led to believe they get that minimum payment no matter what they put on pay-per-view. This seems to be, given the pandemic, given the lack of reach to international fighters for the moment, that they kind of, they punted on this card and just said, it is what it is. We're going to throw it out there.
Yeah, and also, I think that's totally true. Like, who do we have available, right, is a big part of matchmaking. I mean, the other part here is, like, we think the world of Amanda Nunes. We are trying to see interesting ways that she could be tested. And I think everyone respects Felicia Spencer. She has performed ably, win or lose, thus far in her MMA career, certainly very well at times. It just doesn't exactly tell us the most interesting possibility of what Amanda Nunes can show us. It's not as exciting as a potential strike fest against Holly Holm. It doesn't have the same significance of a Ronda Rousey fight. It doesn't mean anything even close to what she did, even in the run-up, the anticipation we had, rather, about the Cyborg fight. Nevertheless, going back to the Duran Demi fight, I mean, that was a person that she had even beaten before, and rather handily at that. And then she has, the fight of her life on her hands the second time around. So Felicia Spencer could be very, very credible as a challenger. She might even win, for crying out loud. But the point being is, it doesn't capture our imagination, and I think that's why we're not calling it like the most interesting headlining fight in that particular sense. Now, in terms of
hold on, stay with that point, Admiral Akbar, because you just dropped it's a trap on us, and I respect that. Considering GDR was closer than maybe she should have been in that fight, and consider Amanda is shaking off an injury, just postponed the date of this fight, and is awaiting her first child with Nina. Are we, not only are the odds a little bit too wide for my taste, is Spencer the right trap opponent here? Could she surprise us?
Again, when you have a situation like this, your mind won't even let you entertain the idea that somebody like this could win. And then you look at the facts. It's like, dude, for Felicia Spencer, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. For Amanda Nunes, this is an interesting opportunity. You're asking what's at stake, which is, for me, my answer is the accumulation of consistent achievement, whether it's high or it's low, it aggregately adds up in the end to something truly grand. That's what you mean by moving the chains. I think it's a different way of saying the same thing. But you're right, dude. They're not looking at this with the same kind of thing. It's hard to be that person that constantly has that target on your back. And you could say whatever you want about the 145-pound division. Felicia Spencer is talented. She trains her ass off. She's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. And this is her moment to get something in her career that she's never had. For Amanda Nunes, she's had this. She's been having this for a really long time. Hell, she could lose this, and she still has it in another division, for crying out loud. So I'm not even poo-pooing the fight. Again, though, it's just not like, listen, matchmaking is about a lot of things. The interesting fight and the contender and the style matchups and it's the timing and it's the location. It's also star power. Felicia Spencer just doesn't necessarily have a whole lot of that. That does not mean, however, that she cannot win and that she cannot do important things. And if she does, hell, then you've got an opportunity here to make something a lot more interesting than we thought with a secondary fight. But I don't think it's wrong to say that this fight will A, do as well at the box office, and B, is as interesting as every other possible fight that Amanda Nunes could have. I don't believe that to be true.
All right. Who are your 3 favorite Canadians, by the way, Luke? I know this is an oddball question.
Mauro Ranallo.
Aaron Bronstetter? Solid guy.
Aaron Bronstetter's up there. Yeah, he's a top contender. I guess St. Pierre? Or maybe Faraz? It's a tough call. There's many great Canadians, BC. I think you could agree with that.
Mike Myers?
I don't know. He kind of wore out his welcome. All right.
The lead singer of Nickelback who banged Avril Lavigne?
Wait, wasn't that the lead singer of Sum 41?
Yeah, both. She made the rounds, okay. It was Nickelback. Jay and
by the way, there's a video. There's a video of the lead singer.
White dad, yeah.
There's a video of the lead singer of Nickelback singing on stage with the band, and then someone hits him with like a bottle. He's like, if one of you a-holes hits me with one more thing, and then someone hits him with a shoe, and then they walk off. It's actually one of the funniest things I've ever seen, so go check that out on YouTube.
This life was all I ever wanted.
I'm not leaving. Not yet.
I was hoping you'd say that.
We gotta hit the streets, make some money.
People like us must destroy people like him. Buckle up.
Get Showtime free at Showtime.com.